Hi, this is Tom, and I'm going to walk through the steps of putting film in the Olympus OM1. This is the Olympus OM1 film camera. Right now it's got a 28 millimeter lens on there. One thing that's different about these is that this knob shows you your ASA or ISO. Right now it's set to 1600. We're going to put a roll of 400 in there, so we can actually change that first. There's a little button there. If I push that button, I can then turn that to 400. See, there's a little black notch there. Now it's at 400. Okay, so I have a roll of HP5 Plus. I'm going to use, okay, so now you see here that it's 36 exposures, 400, 800, or 1600, or there's blank. We're going to be taking pictures of this film on at box speed, which is 400. Okay, so question is, how does this get in there? Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is, this is the rewind knob. Flip that up, and I'm going to pull that up, and that opens the back. And I'm going to take the roll of film, and I'm going to put it in there, and I'm going to put that down, but I'm going to leave that handle out. And as you can see, let's see here. See how there's a little notch there, and I'm going to tuck that in there like that, and I'm going to take a picture. So you see how it's taking it up. Now I want to take one more, just to make sure everything's going right, and then I will close it. Make sure everything's closed, and I'll take another picture, and you see how that turned. Not quite. One more and we'll be at 1. Okay, now we're at 1. You see that says 1 there. Flip that up. Okay, now here's the thing that's different about these. The shutter speed, I'm sorry, that says ASA, but ISO, same thing. That's ISO right there. Our shutter speeds are down here on this. It goes from 1000 to 1 second to bulb. And then the apertures are here. This is a maximum 3.5 lens. So, and if I were to, can I see in there? Whoops, trying to do this. You sort of see how when I focus that, when that center line disappears, everything's in focus. It's not showing up real clearly on there. There is a, for me to use a light meter, I will switch that to on. If I switch that to off, I can still take pictures, the light meter won't work. And I believe it's there's a, I'll draw it out here. On the side, there's a plus and a minus. This is like in a little box, and there's a needle. Plus, halfway correct exposure. Now, thing to remember is, so that's plus minus. When that needle's right in the middle, it's correct. If it's at plus or higher, it's overexposed, and if it's at plus, it's overexposed, and if it's at minus, it is underexposed. That says halfway. Okay, my handwriting is not the best. I apologize. right? We just take pictures here, we advance here. You always want to make sure that this is turning. If you're not sure, take a picture, watch it, make sure it's turning. You can also kind of tighten it back up to where it's taut, and then when you take a picture, it turns real easy. Now, you finish a roll. Here on the front, where it says R, you will, how do we do that? You'll turn it like that, and then if there was like a little click, and then when it's done you can pull it open. And if you stop winding after you hear the click, you'll leave the leader out, and that will help you when it comes to, then you can just trim that off and put that on the reel to develop the film. Hopefully that helps a little bit. It takes a little practice. The main thing that you want to be looking for is, and it's a little hard to see because it's all black, but you want to you really want to just tuck that film in there like that, take a picture, and you want to make sure that it takes it up on that first one, and then you want to watch it again, okay? These first few that you take, and you always want to make sure that it's closed real good. Again, we want to hold this in a way, we want to hold this with our palm down, and then that way you can focus like that and easily make adjustments. So, Olympus OM1, solid little camera. There's a 28mm lens, which is a wider lens. There's a 50mm lens, and there's also a longer 135mm lens if you wanted that. All right, so hopefully that'll help if you get that camera. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thanks a lot.